Welcome everyone to the Hack the Movies podcast. I'm Tony from Hack the Movies here with Frank.
How you doing?
And today we're going to talk about Venom, which just came out. The best movie from 2003 as far as I'm concerned. The year it should have came out. But before that, we got to talk about some news.
Big news today.
Of course, Chris Evans announced today that he is retiring from Captain America.
Yep.
He's wrapped on Avengers 4.
Avengers 4 just wrapped today.
Which is kind of a bummer. I really like Chris Evans as Captain America. I always thought that was a good choice. He really loved the character.
Agreed.
But I guess it's been since 2011. It's been like almost 8 years.
It's been 8 years. Yeah. He said that it's been 8 years since he's been doing it, and I mean, out of anyone that's been casted as a superhero,
yeah,
for forever since superhero movies have been around, I think that he's been the perfect fit. I mean, it's really sad to see him go.
Yeah, I'm bummed about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine. We got a lot of movies out of him. It's kind of like when Hugh Jackman decided to retire. It's like, we got a ton of movies out of you, so that's fine.
I mean, I would think that as an actor, you don't want to just be seen as Captain America anymore. You want to be seen as being able to do different roles and different characters and all that. And he wants to move on, but God damn, do I love him as Captain America. I mean, those three films, I mean, Winter Soldier is probably my favorite film in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
And just, you feel every punch in that film, and it's so good.
You know what I like about Winter Soldier? I didn't realize this the first, 3 times I watched it, but, what's his name? Batroc the Leaper is in that movie. And I'm used to him wearing, he does wear purple in that movie, but I'm used to him having, the mustache and the silly accent. I'm like, I didn't realize that was Batroc the Leaper. They made a badass Batroc the Leaper?
What the fuck? That's GSP, too, man. It's a big UFC fighter who played him. Yeah, and he's French, and he's French-Canadian and all that, but yeah, it's awesome that they brought him in.
I'm just mad they didn't call him the Leaper. And he actually jumps, too. I'm like, man, that was good. Yeah, no, but, Chris Evans, I really like him. Wish him the best. I mean, he'll do, but he's always doing movies.
I mean, I would think that somewhere down the line, they might, possibly bring him back for a brief cameo, something like that. I mean, obviously he's going to die in Avengers 4. Obviously.
Because it'd be weird if they do a thing where he retires, but he's still perfectly fine. It's like, he's just going to sit out of all the other...
I'm going to travel the world, actually, guys. I'm just going to sit back and, let you guys take care of it.
I'm going to sit this next alien invasion out. It doesn't really seem like Captain America.
Really getting a headache from all this, alien invasion shit. But I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
But,
wait. Okay, this wasn't originally going to be on the news, but speaking of getting too old for this shit, the Lethal Weapon TV show, which I don't watch.
Boy, is that falling apart.
Yeah, you watch it or
I watched the first season. I really enjoyed it, and then what is this? This is the third season coming out. Right?
I guess, yeah.
It might. Yeah, I think it's the third.
So the Mel Gibson character got fired because he's too difficult to work with.
Yep.
Much like Mel Gibson in real life.
They were posting signs about him all over the Warner Brothers lot too.
Oh, really?
I forget what it said, but it's hard to work with, something like that. It turned into a real mess.
Yeah. And then ironically, Damon Wayans, the guy who plays the Danny Glover character, is leaving the show this week, and he said, I'm 58 and I can't work 16 hours a day. So I'm like, oh my God, he's literally too old for this shit.
Well, he said that. They actually asked him, and then he turned around and he said, yeah, I'm too old for this shit. And they were like, you're joking, right? And he said, no, I'm not joking. I really am. But I mean,
so that show's canceled, right? That show.
I mean,
their main cast is
Sean
gone.
William Scott is definitely. I mean, it's a cool fit. That's fun and all, but come on, there's nothing left there. You got to end it.
No.
You got to cut the head off this snake.
Anyway, the only other news I wanted to bring in is that the episode of Angry Video Game Nerd that I worked on was released this week. I mostly work on a lot of them, but this one I actually had more of a hand in. And it trended in the UK. I think it might still be trending. It was 6 yesterday, number 9 today.
Nice.
So that's pretty awesome. I did all the miniature effects on it.
Well, congratulations, Tony.
A little shout out to that. Subscribe to Cinema. You probably already are. Subscribe if you're watching this, to be honest. So the rest of this episode will be dedicated to the movie Venom.
Yep.
Spoilers ahead of time. We're going to spoil this movie. But if it makes you feel any better, it's the most generic movie you'll ever watch. So there's not going to be much spoilers. You can kind of tell what's going to happen in the movie.
Well, I mean, it's one of those films that it's as you're watching it, it's you kind of know what's gonna happen. It's kind of a toss me up, little alley oop. You get what the next scene's gonna be. But
yeah,
I mean, it's good fun.
Yeah. Here's my thing with Venom. I don't know if you're a big Venom guy, despite my shirt, which isn't actually a Venom shirt. It's a Spider-Man paint running shirt.
Yeah,
I actually wore this
fan.
to Spider-Man 3, and I held on to it. I had a better experience with this movie.
Yeah, that's good.
No, my thing with Venom, like, I liked him when I was a kid. He was fun in the cartoon and stuff, but, like, I actually only really liked that first story with him and Spider-Man, and then he's kind of boring outside of that.
Yeah,
there's just not a lot of substance to Eddie Brock, I think.
I mean, I never really got into the character. It's more the... I mean, I would think that it's more of, like, the look and all that really grabs people's attention. And
I mean, I actually like other Venoms more than Eddie Brock. Like, the Scorpion was Venom for a while.
Really?
The Spider-Man
yeah,
film.
yeah, yeah.
And I like Scorpion, so I'm like, all right, well, I already like this character, now he has a Venom suit, whatever.
Yeah. So what it kind of combines with who these
yeah,
villains
like,
are.
I think he had, like, actual eyes in that suit. And then, of course, there's Agent Venom now, which is Flash Thompson in the Venom suit.
Oh, great.
And... there's nothing I want to see more than the little Indian kid from Spider-Man Homecoming
Get the symbiote.
wear the symbiote suit, because it's going to be so fucking funny if he does.
Symbiote or symbiote?
I say symbiote.
They said symbiote
They
the
said
whole movie.
symbiote,
right?
symbiote.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I think either pronunciation is correct.
Yeah, I mean, what does it matter?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's get real here.
I mean, we're from Philly. I don't say wooder, but I hear people say wooder all the time. I got tired of correcting them. All right, what do you say?
It depends on depends on how I'm feeling that day. It depends on how it comes out of my mouth.
Yeah. So hold on. Is there an echo? I'm hearing echo, echo, echo. Is there a fucking echo?
Oh shit. Third episode in, we can't get this right.
No.
No, that sounds good. Yeah, what are you guys talking about? Come on.
Wait. It sounds fine. You said there was an echo? There's no echo?
Did it go away?
I need to know right now if there's an echo. Someone tell me. Before we go further into this.
We will be getting back to it in 3, 2. There's a slight sound.
Maybe no echo. Maybe it's me hearing out of 2 channels.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God damn it. All right, if no one else hears an echo.
He's got 2 computer screens on.
Yeah. I thought I heard an echo last. Yeah, there apparently was one last time. Is there one this time? I'll cut this out of the final episode. I just want to make sure.
It's fine. Sorry for everyone watching right now. We're trying to figure out if there's an echo or not, but we'll be getting right back to it.
Out of sync is one thing. I'm okay with out of sync.
Yeah.
No echo for me. Okay.
Okay. Great.
Maybe you're autistic. All right, I'll cut this all out. All right.
All righty then.
Anyway, where were we before the audio possible malfunction?
Okay. I don't know. I mean, movie opens up, right?
Yeah.
And you really don't see anything from Venom or the symbiote until, you really don't see Venom until a good 45 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the symbiote. They're Riz Ahmed as the doctor. What was his name again?
Do you like? I don't like Riz Ahmed. I've only seen him in this and Rogue One, and he bored me both times. Is he good in anything?
That
else?
HBO show he actually did great in. What was that called?
I don't know
what was that called?
is.
Anybody out there know what that's called? Oh man, I forget. He was in an HBO show and he did great acting in. But with him, it really comes down to the role. Like for him being this this doctor scientist in it, billionaire that's trying to bring these symbiotes down into Earth and merge it with the proper hosts. And, it's just. The role for him, I think that it seemed like he was phoning it in a little bit. Like, it's just, he's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. He's a great actor. But the way that he was, going about it, it's just, it fell a little flat to me. I don't know.
Maybe he's good. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the bad guy in Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man. He sucked. And he's a good actor. I've seen him in other stuff. Yeah. He's great in House of Cards.
Yeah.
But Riz Ahmed in this, he reminded me of that. And he bored the hell out of me in Rogue One. And everyone was like, oh, it's so great. Agreed. He's going to be in Rogue One and Star Wars. And then I watched and I'm like, okay, who's this guy? I forgot he was in the movie half the time.
Yeah. But I mean, also what it comes down to is there wasn't enough backstory there for him to really work with. I mean, maybe they cut scenes out of it. You know, you were saying they cut 40 minutes out of it. But
I was there may be kind of an echo. Is it that distracting?
Oh, Jesus Christ, with the echo!
Yeah, with the echo. What echo?
Sorry, I'm screaming over here. I think
You know what? I think. Hold on. I think I found it.
What are you playing it twice?
I think the webcam had audio on.
Oh.
So I muted that.
Oh, that should be better.
Hold on. Hello. This will also be cut out. Okay.
That sounds better.
Okay. Does that sound better?
Does that work for all you?
Okay, I think that's good. Anyway, back into it. So the billionaire.
But yeah, I mean, are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
But I mean, with his, with his backstory, I mean, I get that he wants to make the world, I said make the world a better place.
Making the world a better place.
I get he wants to make the world a better place, and in his mind, he's, kind of like they're trying to make him like one of those villains that still is trying to, do good, but in his mind, it's doing good, but to the rest of the world, it's doing bad by killing these people. But I mean, I really didn't get the sense of what his whole outlook was on this. You know, like where are we going with this?
You know what this movie, because he's doing experiments on homeless people.
Yeah,
it reminded me of a movie called it's got Hugh Grant and Gene Hackman. What the fuck is it called? But there was a movie in the 90s. Extreme Measures. Someone look up Hugh Jackman and Hugh Grant and Gene Hackman. Not Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
There was a movie about a scientist who was like abducting homeless people and doing experiments for the greater good.
Yeah.
But he was killing people, and this movie reminded me of that movie that no one remembers from the 90s. So that was kind of interesting. They do the spaceship coming down to Earth, which people really like, and it lands in Malaysia.
Yep.
I know we got some Malaysian, or at least one person from Malaysia in the chat. So that was kind
shout out Malaysia.
Shout out to Malaysia. So because that reminds me of the cartoon, how they went to the moon or whatever, and they came back in the rocket ship. Yep. It's better than Spider-Man 3, where a meteorite just falls down and ooze comes out of it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, at least, they had it as, a scientific mission going up. They, found this meteorite that had the symbiotes on it and, came back down with them. And then they started, I mean, it's cool that the one, kind of, you got to see the one symbiote kind of work its way through, from Malaysia and kind of transfer from one person to another. It kind of gives you that sense of what else these things are capable of.
I feel like there might be a little continuity error in that because, all right, so going forward in the story, the rocket crashes. Everyone knows that guy's company, the Life Foundation, is involved in it.
Yep.
Tom Hardy has to go interview the guy so that he could say, "Oh, my rockets are better now."
Yeah.
His girlfriend is working on a case for them, so he breaks in her computer, sees that they're up to shady shit.
Which was kind of, we got a little shorthanded on that too. She's just doing a case on them. Like, who did she work for?
I was never really clear on that.
I mean, if it was said, then it was real quick. It was kind of skipped over. I mean, understanding, that they have to get to the story and there's a lot to get to, but I kind of missed that whole part. I didn't know if she worked for the Life Foundation or the Life Company.
She worked for some law firm that was
looking into him, right? Yeah.
So then, he gets fired, and then it jumps 6 months. But the movie makes a point to tell you that, the symbiotes, when they're in you, a lot of times they, drain your energy and, you die.
Yeah.
Eventually, unless you figure out a way to work with it and whatnot. Because Eddie kind of... Yeah, there's a whole thing where, Venom might be killing Eddie.
Yeah.
And then he's just not.
Yeah.
And my one problem with that is, they say they need a strong host. Riot, the other symbiote, goes into an old lady.
Yeah.
6 months later, it's still in that elderly lady.
Still that old lady.
And I'm like, wait, she survived that whole... Poor Jenny Slate dies in an hour.
I mean, I guess, that the old lady was a perfect mix for Riot, but... I mean, in a way, it's going into people. The first body that it went into was completely dead, right? That woman from the ambulance, it went into her, and
I think she was alive.
Was she alive though? I mean, I guess it could have brought her back to life, and it wasn't a fully
I don't know why
good
that
match.
One was able to completely control them outright. except for the guy at the end. He doesn't. All right, the movie's a little sloppy. The writing's real sloppy.
We're just trying to, catch up.
We're trying to figure it out. So yeah, you find out like the plan is the symbiotes want to take over, right? Once again, in rocket ship or bring more back.
Yeah.
And then Venom is, he bonds with Eddie eventually. Yeah. Eddie goes to investigate. Oh, but getting back to the thing, I don't think they had to do the 6 month ahead of time thing. They could have did like 2-3 weeks and it would have worked fine.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have to go. Well, where'd they drop off from there? I mean, that was. To really show that they were doing a lot of testing. I
guess, but again, you could have did a couple weeks for that.
Yeah,
I don't know. That was real weird.
Well, I guess to also move on from him and the relationship with his girlfriend. His girlfriend met someone else who was the doctor.
Yeah. Guy from Veep. He's really good in Veep. You ever watch Veep?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Veep is really good.
And you didn't really want to do that overnight, so they give it 6 months for him to settle into his own apartment, kind of be on his own, and then kind of be able to, once he does get Venom and all that, bring her back into it with her boyfriend and the doctor, and show him trying to help. Plus, it also adds that sense of when they give him the MRI, the doctor helped with the figuring out.
I kind of like that he wasn't like trying to cuck the doctor. Yeah, like he kind of like accepted that he got broken up with, and they do a little thing later where she kisses him, but it's not that big of a deal.
It's a pretty big deal. But and then with the doctor, and the MRI and all that, that also added to what's her name's great line at the end with I can fight dirty too.
Yeah, I can fight dirty.
Yeah. Right, and then
Michelle Williams
is
really good in this.
Yeah, she's actually great in it.
She doesn't have much to do, but her and Tom Hardy have really good chemistry.
Yeah, I think that they were great together. Plus, she got to wear the suit a little bit, which was
they
cool.
did the female Venom, which there was a female Venom for a bit. It might have been Eddie Brock's wife. I forget who it was.
I'm not sure.
And I'm talking about a girl in the actual Venom suit, not the yellow Venom, who I forget what her name is. She's on the ride. Yeah, Chaos maybe. I forget what her name is. So we're kind of jumping all back and forth.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of jumped into that. It's just from the from her having that line at the end and kind of helping out. It kind of gave her character a sense of being able to help out and do something.
But yeah, the movie is really a buddy movie, really, between the symbiote and Tom Hardy, and it reminds me of the movie that came out earlier this year with the Tom Hardy lookalike actor. It was called Upgrade.
I didn't see
that. Did you see that? A guy gets a computer in him, and he's working with the computer's controlling him.
No, what did Tom Hardy look like?
That one actor, he actually played one of the Shockers in Spider-Man Homecoming, the White Shocker.
What's his name?
He was in Prometheus. No one knows his name.
Yeah, Prometheus. He looks like Tom Hardy. He's Tom Hardy's lookalike.
He's the guy that everyone goes, oh, that's not Tom Hardy.
That's not Tom Hardy.
But he was in a movie called Upgrade, which was really good, better than this. Check out Upgrade. The dark ending. But this one, Venom actually felt like a separate character, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. It's just that first once Venom attaches on to Tom Hardy's character Eddie Brock, that first half hour or so. Really until you get to the end of the movie, it's you really gotta turn off your brain for a little bit and try to enjoy yourself. You can't be too serious about it. You can't really think too hard about it. You just gotta take the lines for what it is. It might be a little corny at times, a little cringy. I got to the point where I didn't know if I should be laughing at it or not. The way that it comes off in the movie is that it's getting to that serious point, he's sick, he's all that, but then it's kind of like a jokey thing. He's running around, he's trying to eat things that he looks at the steak, he said that's dead, and then he jumps in with the lobsters, bites the lobster, which at that point you really start laughing, but then it gives you the vibe to where it's like, what's going on here? But then you kind of catch on to where it's like, all right, I should be having fun with this. I shouldn't be thinking too hard. Let me enjoy this movie. Yeah, and you do.
Here's my thing. I kind of went through the same thing with the Predator. Yeah. Which a lot of people were really turned off by the comedy and stuff of that. Mm-hmm. If Tom Hardy didn't do a comedic performance in this and played it totally straight, or if they had any other actor do it, this would have sucked. It would have been so fucking boring to get through because. The movie, I'm telling you, the movie is really generic. It feels like that Extreme Measures movie I talked about. It feels a little bit like The Mask.
Yeah.
It feels a lot like The Mask.
Yeah, it does feel a lot like The Mask.
It feels like that movie Upgrade, although Upgrade also did the comedic tone stuff, even though it was really way darker than this.
Really?
Yeah, so I feel like Tom Hardy's like comedy, like it really pulled me through what would have been an otherwise dull movie, and that might make or break for some people, which is totally fine. I'll understand. This is. I've gotten to the point where like I think I've seen so many shitty movies that like
you're like fucking enjoy it, Tony. Just enjoy
that's
it.
the thing. Like just any movie these days. Like it's hard for me to get mad at a movie like this.
Yeah,
2 years
100%.
ago I would have ripped this apart, and I'm like, you know what? It's fucking it told a story.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It got you from A to B, I guess. But
but I mean, like, I won't like if you like were to like shit on this movie, I wouldn't be inclined to defend it. I'd be like, yeah, you're making a lot of sense.
Well, it's definitely mixed reviews because I think it's really how you know how people are taking the movie. Like some people are going into it and saying that it's complete shit because they're taking it way too seriously, and then there's people who are saying that they absolutely love the movie because they are having fun with it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, plus Tom Hardy's kind of playing a character that you haven't really seen him play in a little while. Like, he's been getting a lot of straight faced characters, a lot of stuff with masks, a lot of. But I mean, in this movie, he's having fun. Yeah,
I've seen him do one comedy, and that was This Means War.
That was a romantic comedy. Yeah, exactly. That was a little while back. That's like 2007, something like that.
No, it was 2012.
12?
Yeah, because I saw it on Valentine's Day.
Oh, hey. All right.
That relationship didn't last long. But I remember, that's how I knew what year it was. I remember it. I saw it on Valentine's Day.
But
he was funny in that, and like he can do comedy, and he doesn't do it enough.
100%. I think that the character that that they gave him to play in this, he had a lot of fun with. He got to enjoy himself, but then you did see that that shade of dark Tom Hardy, of which he can play. Which I think that's why that they they did choose him.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I know he's built like Eddie Brock from the comics. He doesn't act anything like the Eddie Brock I know, but I'm fine with that. Like there were many times throughout this movie I forgot we were watching Venom. Like, even when he has the Venom suit on, because it doesn't have the spider logo, I'm like, oh, this is a fun little sci-fi adventure. I'm like, oh, this is Venom, right? Because Eddie Brock is supposed to be, like, bitter and angry. Yeah. And at the same time, they've already done that movie, and it was called Spider-Man 3. They told the
Why did you have to bring it up?
Because that's the only, like, the initial Venom story. Venom is cool because he's like, oh, what if Spider-Man turned to the dark side? Yeah. And then, he attaches to Eddie Brock, and it's just like, oh, this is someone not using his power responsibly. Yeah,
and kind of just...
And then after that, the character just kind of had nothing for me. I didn't really get into it. So, I don't know. Spider-Man 3 tried to do that story. It kind of did it. Didn't do it that well.
Well, it was just a whole movie that, you really shouldn't get into. It wasn't just the Venom problem. That was, the problem with that movie. It was the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But, I mean, I think that they realized that, and they kind of just wanted to have fun with this, have fun with this movie. I mean, there's a little bit of, of a Marvel sense to it with, the funness and everything to it. It's not as dark as a DC movie, I guess, if we're comparing. But
and that's the thing. I'm not... As far as I can tell, this is not in the MCU, but it's done in a way where it references nothing from the MCU, but I think it does that so it can eventually work itself in if people like it.
So they're seeing, how well it does do, if it does make money, if people like it, and if they do, there's a chance of bringing it in, multiverse that.
Or, because Sony has exclusive Spider-Man rights. Yep. They share Spider-Man with Marvel now because they tried to launch a second series on their own. It didn't work. Yeah, well. But they still have all these other characters that they don't want to share with Marvel.
Yeah, the whole Sinister.
So actually, what?
Sinister
this movie,
Six thing. Right?
Yeah. Well, no, they're gonna do that in Spider-Man. Oh, okay. But or not, I don't know. But like this movie, actually, if it does do well, it might not go into the MCU because they might not want to share profits.
They might just want to keep it and do their own Spider-Man thing. But I mean, they could also have their own Spider-Man and say that it's from a different universe.
Yeah, well, they're doing that with the cartoon.
Yeah, well,
which
we'll get into.
Right? We'll get into that. Okay.
Yeah. Let's jump back on track here and then we'll finish it off with the
symbiotes plan. Riot wants to bring more symbiotes. Cover the world, which is the story that's been done in the comics.
Yep.
Venom. Venom feels like a character, which is nice. And I like how, like, he changes his mind. He doesn't want to invade the Earth. He just kind of wants to hang out.
Yeah.
And Tom Hardy's why, and he's like, well, Eddie, back on my planet, I'm kind of a loser.
I'm kind of a loser, too.
That's actually pretty fucking hilarious. I mean, and he's just like, hey, look, I'm not really into this invasion. I'd rather just kind of hang out and eat heads.
What a lazy way to do it, but what a fantastic way to do it. Like, you know what? Let's make this real fucking simple. We'll just make them both losers. Venom's actually like a real character. We're gonna say that, you know, on his planet, he's a loser as well. And I just don't want to destroy this Earth. I kind of like you, Eddie, and I like your girlfriend too. So let's make this work out.
And I like that he has conversations with Venom. I love that Venom's head can come out and talk to him.
Yeah, that was cool.
Instead of just constantly in his head.
Yeah. It did a lot of cool things with Venom.
Yeah, because I think in the comic he talks to the symbiote all the time. Like the symbiote is a character in the comic.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll abandon someone in middle of a. There was a comic where the symbiote was on, like, had someone as a host.
Yeah.
And decided he didn't want that host anymore, so as the guy was jumping across the building, the symbiote
just left
him.
it.
Yeah, just left him.
That's cool.
So I like that. I kind of all right. So it's a bit superhero movie. It ends with a big CGI fight, which was parodied in Deadpool. Deadpool a couple times.
Yep.
CGI fight scene.
Yeah.
But I kind of like when Riot and Venom in the suits meet up with each other. Mm-hmm. I kind of like that Riot's like, Venom, get on the rocket ship. We're going home.
Like, let's go, bud. Like, you know, we got shit to do. We got to take over this planet. Like, you know, like we designed it.
And I kind of would have preferred if they just got into an argument over a big CGI fight. Like, I think I would have liked that way more.
Kind of sat down, cried a little bit. Like, I don't want to leave. And he's like, well, you got to leave. Come with me now. Like, you're in big fucking trouble.
Yeah.
All the other symbiotes are going to be pissed at you. They're not going to like you.
Yeah. It would have been so much, because, like, you know, they're in all this CGI. And I'm like, how great would it be if they get in the suits and everything, and then they're just in a shouting match, and they just get into an argument.
I love the fight. I mean, I think it was actually very well done. I mean, for what it is, two you know, symbiotes kind of going at it with their host inside them. I mean, you kind of see them a little bit. The symbiotes are flying off each other. They're coming around, wrapping around these two characters. At one point, they all, you know, merged into one. The four of them, and they're all running up a building, and then Venom kind of stops that from happening, and then, you know, the two of them
Williams
fall.
Does.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's accurate to the symbiote. Maybe not like particular stories, but like symbiote's hurt by sound. It's hurt by fire. It's hurt by radiation.
Yep.
And blah blah blah. It looks great. It took me a second to think.
Well, I mean, the whole ending CGI scene, I think it was done really well. Plus it didn't last, you know, 20 minutes for the whole end.
Thank God.
It was like a good, like, you know, 4 or 5 minute scene, and I was good with that. If they went on for another couple minutes, I would have been completely out of it. I would have been falling asleep. I would have been ready to leave. But the fact that they gave us what we wanted, that big CGI fight, and then ended it with, you know, just a couple minutes into it, that was perfect. That was great.
I want to say, I really like the Venom, the symbiote effect. Like, sometimes he has tendrils, sometimes he has like tentacles.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's liquidy, which is really good. Because I feel like with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, it was more... It looked like tendrils, which was cool, but it didn't really look like Venom.
I mean, he was like forming things. I mean, he had, you know, the one thing with Riot when he brought out those huge axes and just...
Yeah, that was... That was stuff we were
just
missing.
Like that.
That was stuff we were missing in Spider-Man 3. He didn't really go crazy with the symbiote stuff.
You really didn't see, you know, the different things that he can form with it and make with it. And, you know, he's shooting stuff at him, shooting knives at him.
One thing we didn't see is the Venom suit is like, it's going through their clothes. Mm-hmm. But I know in the comics he can like shapeshift, like change clothes, and we didn't see any of that. I don't know if that's a power you can get.
Give him a different look and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fine. You don't have to go out and see this. If you want to, maybe, if you like Venom.
I mean, if you're, you know, if you're out there, you want to go to the movies this weekend, I would definitely go check it out. I mean, it's a lot of fun. If you got nothing else to do, you want to go enjoy yourself for you know 2 hours. It's not never ending. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't drag on. It's a lot of fun. 40
minutes out of the movie, so it's a real brisk pace.
What does it come down to? I mean, it's got to be like an hour and 50 minutes, something like that.
We don't really get extended cuts anymore for movies.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of movies are too embarrassed to say they fucked up because it's been real popular the last few years.
Yeah.
But this one, I think they could do an extended cut. I would watch an extended cut of this.
Yeah, I mean, I watch a couple extra scenes in it, you know. But...
Also, you know what? Actually, I want to talk about the conspiracy theory for this movie. All the bad reviews. I
did hear about it.
So Lady Gaga's in a movie called A Star Is Born,
which also comes out this weekend.
Yeah, and the rumor is that Lady Gaga fans are spreading spreading bad reviews about Venom. Yeah. To hurt its sales, so people go see A Star Is Born
are
with
just
Lady Gaga.
Absolutely swarming all the reviews of this movie, supposedly.
Here's the thing.
I mean, this is kind of, a little crazy.
Look. Sure, there's probably a little bit of overlap between people who want to see Venom and A Star Is Born, but I don't think most people who are going to a Lady Gaga movie want to see Venom in the first place.
Well, I mean, obviously they're going to... I mean, Lady Gaga fans are crazy, man. They've done some crazy shit throughout the years. You know what I mean? Like they'll really go on there and and try and destroy this movie if it is real. I mean, but supposedly they're the ones ruining the reviews and all that on it. But I mean, hey, let's get real here. There's people out there that aren't gonna like this movie, and you can understand why. But
I mean, I have to do more research in it because there was also that story this week. They're like, rumor confirms that Russian trolls were responsible for bad Last Jedi reviews. And then, people look further into it. It's like, oh, so anyone on Twitter who said they didn't like The Last Jedi and happened to be a conservative, these people consider them Russian trolls.
Exactly.
All right, maybe people just didn't like the movie.
Exactly.
I will say, though, with that Lady Gaga poster, I forgot when she's not dressed like a fucking vampire witch, she actually doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, she looks like a human. Plus, I'm really...
No, wait. I said she doesn't look too bad. You went, yeah, she looks like a human. Not that she looks good, she just looks like a person.
Yeah, she looks normal. Wow. It's fucking I actually really want to see that movie. I want to see A Star Is Born. I mean, supposedly Bradley Cooper learned, over 6 months, learned how to sing and, trained his voice, actually brought it a lot deeper and all that. It's really cool. I think did he direct it too? I think he might have directed himself in it too. Idea. I think he directed himself in it too.
Is this a remake? There's an old movie called
There's 3 other ones.
Oh, okay.
This might be the 3rd or 4th.
Wait. So they don't want you to see another superhero movie, but they want you to see a 4th remake of an old movie?
Well, it's with Lady Gaga.
Oh, Lady Gaga's in it.
Supposedly, she really does kill it, though. Supposedly, when they first, got the script and everything together for this film, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga kind of came together, and she said, you're going to be a singer, and he looked at her and he said, you're going to be an actor, and
Is she a good actress?
Dude, she supposedly kills this role.
Okay, because I've seen her act.
American Horror Story.
In music videos, and she's terrible. I didn't see American Horror Story.
American Horror Story, I mean, it's a weird character she played, but she kind of did great.
Oh, if it's a weird character, then okay.
She's like some killer vampire that wears crazy clothes. She pretty much played Lady Gaga vampire.
She had a good 2-second cameo in one of the Muppets movies. I really believed her performance in that Muppets Most Wanted. I think.
Was she a vampire in that too?
Yeah, probably. That's all I got on Venom.
Well, yeah. So I mean, at the ending here, let's see. The movie ends.
Yeah.
The movie ends. It's got Tom Hardy and Venom. There's Venom didn't die. Nobody really knows. He's the only one that that knows. He's not telling anybody. And he walks away and when he walks away at that point, and he's kind of talking to himself, it feels very it feels fluent. It feels nice. It feels good. It feels a lot better than the rest of the film. If they do make a second one, I think that I'm gonna enjoy it a lot better than the first.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I give this movie like a C. Altogether. C plus. I'll give it a C plus. But I mean, if they do make a second one, I think that it'll go a lot smoother and feel a lot better.
It really, for me, it felt like a early 2000s superhero movie, standalone, right down to the awful song, which reminded me of Men in Black and Wild Wild West. They have a Venom song about Venom, about the plot of the movie. Eminem sings it. And I'm like, I haven't seen this since the late 90s, early 2000s.
Venom, go get 'em, Venom.
What the fuck?
I mean, the rest of M's album is a banger. It's definitely great. You should go listen to it.
Is it?
But that song is
it's pretty terrible.
I'll skip it. I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, I'm gonna listen to the rest of the album and not that.
Yeah, song. I don't know. This movie reminded me of Daredevil. It reminded me of shit like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Eminem if you're watching, though, man. Completely, completely fucking killed it, man. Loved it.
So the post-credit sequence is the most predictable thing in the world. It's like, oh, do you like Venom? Who's the only other symbiote you can name?
Well,
Carnage. Oh, Woody Harrelson was cast in the movie, but I didn't see him. And I wonder who he's playing. Carnage. He's playing Carnage.
But you know what? the thing about that though is, through the movie I knew that Woody Harrelson was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Through the movie, by the end, I totally even forgot that I didn't see him, that he was in the film.
Mm-hmm.
It just, it kind of, went over my head. When he showed up with that red afro and that smirk on his face, I mean, I kind of laughed a little bit, to tell you the truth. I'm excited for, what's to come, but I did kind of give it a chuckle, man. Like, I couldn't take it too seriously.
I kind of appreciate that is how the character looks in the comic. I didn't think they'd do that. I didn't think they'd update his
seeing Woody Harrelson that's like Woody Harrelson that you're seeing.
Yeah,
with,
I was expecting
that.
his
what I mean?
Hunger Games hair colored red. I wasn't expecting the full afro.
Yeah.
But oh my god, I doubt he'll end up looking like that in the next movie.
It's cool that they kept it close to the comics.
Yeah, but I bet they'll give him like a haircut or something.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably.
Oh
it
my
down.
god, it was so cheesy. And then the second end credit scene is just a scene from the animated movie coming up. It's just like, meanwhile, in another universe, and then it's just a scene. It has nothing to do with Venom or anything.
I mean, it gets you excited a little bit. It's another Sony product, They're like, they want people to go see these movies. They want people to get hyped about Spider-Man.
This is one thing I hate about Sony. Like, they treat their movies like goddamn commercials, which... You know what? This movie, I didn't notice too many Sony products in it. I'm sure they all had Sony phones. Yeah. I'm sure they all had Sony
100%.
laptops, but I wasn't as drawn to it as I was with the Amazing Spider-Man movies, where I tell this story a lot.
Oh, yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the fucking, oh my god.
Speakers and all that, right? They're all,
No, here was my thing with Amazing Spider-Man 2. One, it's got a bunch of Sony product placement, but before the movie started, it showed a commercial for Annie starring Jamie Foxx.
Oh, boy.
And then in the movie, when Electro is fighting Spider-Man...
You're right.
Electro, played by Jamie Foxx, he's for a minute, he's in front of an Annie sign.
Oh, no,
and I'm like, what the fuck, Sony? Like, come on!
That's not some product placement.
It's like, Sony, we're already in one of your movies. Stop it. We saw the preview.
We get it, all right? Jesus
get it.
Christ.
Like, God, oh, fuck.
Just don't put Venom in the third and just make a separate Venom movie this time.
No, that was... First of all, they should have done a Venom movie. That was stupid. It reminded me of, like, Warner Brothers was so desperate to make a Batman...
on, it was fun.
No, Warner Brothers wanted to make a Batman vs. Superman movie for 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
Over 10 years.
Well, it was in I Am Legend.
Yeah, and then they finally did it, and it was not that good. And now Venom, Sony's been hung up on this solo Venom movie, and then they finally did it, and it's whatever.
Well, I mean, come on, you still had fun with it.
I had fun with it.
You enjoyed the movie, that if they do make another one, you're going to pay to see it. But, I mean, I don't think it's going to make that much money this opening weekend.
I had fun with it, but I like Tom Hardy. I'd like to see... You know what? I'd like to see him in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
More so than seeing another Venom movie.
Well, I mean, with that second, clip after credit scene, you thought that they were going to show it as like a different universe, they were going to bring Venom into it somehow, like, something cool like that. Even though this new Spider-Man animated movie still, has yet to come out. But it kind of has it in a sense that, maybe they'll do the same thing with this Venom thing, that, they'll have these multiverses, that they'll have, not just this Tom Holland, Spider-Man, they'll have Miles Morales Spider-Man in their film. So that,
cool.
But I mean, this animated film is more of a, brushing up to the fans and showing them that there is more Spider-Mans other than Peter Parker. So that when it comes down to it, when they do have, more films in this Sonyverse, they can have Miles Morales, they can have Gwen Stacy. So that when, you don't have to rely on Peter Parker. Hey, Marvel can use Peter Parker for the next 10, 20 years in their films. We're going to have Miles Morales. We're going to have Gwen Stacy.
Well, I mean, Homecoming drops the hint of Miles Morales, because Donald Glover...
you're right.
Donald.
Yep, Donald Glover.
Yep. I want to make sure I didn't say Danny Glover.
No relation, too.
Plays Miles Morales' uncle in it, so...
Yeah,
that's something.
which is cool. Somewhere down the line they can, bring in Miles Morales. But, right now maybe they'll use him for the Venom universe. Let Tom Holland grow up for a little bit. And then in 10 years, bring in a young Miles Morales. Because he might be 5 in the Marvel universe right now. You know what I mean? You don't know. Well, no, I think he actually says his younger brother and is actually a little older than that. But, yeah, I mean, just it's different ways for them to be able to play with it so that through the years they can, obviously make more money and, have people go see these movies.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it from us for Venom.
Yeah.
There we go. It's kind of lukewarm. It's okay.
That's it.
You won't be miserable watching it.
Yep. Like I said, I give it a C plus.
That's
what I'm gonna end on.
I'll give it a C plus too. I was gonna give it a C minus.
All right,
C plus,
yes,
man. C plus.
Woo!
Like all my grades in high school. Yeah. All right, thank you.
Lucky you.
This was the Hack the Movies podcast. Actually, C plus. That's generous. I got F's a lot.
Oh, come on, we were doing good.
This has been the Hack the Movies podcast. Please check back every week. We'll try to get more on a set schedule.
Yes, please.
Yep. I'll figure out the audio issue for this week.
Yeah, we'll try and knock out the audio.
We will be doing audio versions of the podcast soon. Yep. We'll be up on iTunes, Google Play. Give me time to get all that together. I got like an RSS feed in the works and whatnot. Yep. I still want to get this set up. I think we're doing pretty good. This is our third episode.
Yeah.
I want to get this set up more figured out. I want to see what that technical issue is.
Yep.
But thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. So far we're doing, one a week right now, and we'll be back next week with episode 4, and so. All
right, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
What's that, right? Subscribe right there.
I don't know.
It'll be right there.
I don't know.
Subscribe, like.
I'll put it right there.
If you enjoy Hack the Movies and all the latest TV show and movie news, and you like your movie reviews on the dot every Thursday, come check us out.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hack the Movies.
Not always on the dot. Okay, then I'll cut there. Let's let me look at some of the chat. No echo. Trisha was in the chat. I didn't realize that was her.
What up, bitch?
You're good. Yeah, I think that echo was this webcam had its mic on. That probably was what was up with it. Yeah. Lady Gaga fans are giving bad reviews of Venom. Well, I better go listen to their opinion. Linnea said to fuck. So Jamie Foxx and Electro both exist in The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, I guess they do.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like every movie, not including the MCU, just gets lost in history and it's basically a waste of time in the long run? The studios' legal shackles are a real bummer. Not all of them. I still like the X-Men movies. They're fine. Yeah. I guess there were some that are lost in time. Like Daredevil. No one really remembers Daredevil.
Until they made a TV show.
Yeah, Ghost Rider 1 and 2.
Yeah, wow. And then until they put him in a TV show.
Yeah, I still think the first 2 Spider-Man hold up really well.
Oh, yeah,
I still
100%.
really like them. I like Blade 1 and 2.
Blade 1 and 2, I could watch those any day of the week. Man.
I'm in the extreme minority. I really like Ang Lee's Hulk with Eric Bana. I know no one else likes it.
I mean, I agree. I mean, it's it's enjoyable. I mean, is that the one with who's the villain in that? Abomination or whatever?
No, you're thinking the Ed Norton one in the MCU. I'm talking about the one before that.
Oh, the one before that.
Yeah, which everyone hates.
Never mind.
Screw you, Mr. 3000. Screw you.
Bernie Mac over here, baby.
And Z Shrugs, my dad's gay. Well, good for you, Z Shrugs. I'm glad your dad is still comfortable with the sexuality, and I'm glad you feel the need to tell me. This is probably going on 2-3 years. You're still updating me on your dad.
Okay, next.
All right, well, that's it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll have this up tomorrow. I'll make the edits. It should be up sometime tomorrow. Yep. And hopefully an audio version. I'll figure